Hey guys, Lauren here. So today is day 6 of our new coach training, and today we're going to be talking about communicating and conversations and inviting, and how exactly we go about forming relationships with people where we get to the point where we can invite them to a challenge group or coaching. So the very first step in conversations and inviting is the hey girl message, or for guys, the hey guy message. And what that is simply a reconnecting message with somebody, or an introductory message if you've never met the person. So for you, what you're going to do at the beginning is you have your master list. What you do is you literally start at the top of that list and you choose 3 to 5 people that you're going to reconnect with. These are all people that you already know or have been acquaintances with. So you go to their Facebook page, or you call them up and you reconnect with them. You know, if you're going to their Facebook page, you see, what's been going on in their life, and you send them a quick message. Short and sweet, and you say, hey, so-and-so, it has been absolutely forever since we last chatted. I see that you have, 2 beautiful kids now. How old are they? How are you doing? That is a hey girl message or a hey guy message, and that is how you open up a conversation with someone. It's literally reconnecting. Now, let's say you become friends with someone because you have a mutual friend. And we're going to go into this more when we talk about building your network. But let's say you want to send a message to somebody you've never met before, but you're friends on Facebook. You do the same exact thing. You go to their page and you see, what's going on in their life, what they're all about, and then you send them a message and say, hey, so-and-so, you could, if you have a lot of mutual friends, you could say, I saw we had a lot of mutual friends. I see that you know so-and-so. How do you know her? I saw that you went on vacation, to Puerto Rico last week. How was it? So you're just getting that conversation going, okay? So that is the first step. Once you get that conversation going, the second step is to start building the relationship. This is key. This is the key link in all of this. You have to get to know that person. You have to get to know who they are, what their struggles are, what they like to do. See if there's like a connection there between you two, because you want to work with people who understand you, who click with you. And you're going to have conversations that you're just not feeling it, that you're just like, nah, I'm just not sure. This conversation seems forced. It doesn't seem, like we're really connecting. And that's okay. You're not going to connect with every single person you talk to. And there are going to be a lot of people that never answer that first hey girl message. That is so normal, okay? So you can't focus on that. You just let those people go, and you continue on with the people that are responding to you and are starting to talk to you. So in this relationship building process, I love to use the acronym FORM. It stands for family, occupation, recreation, message. So this is how I get to know somebody. Ask about their family, ask about their kids, ask about if they have pets. I have 2 chocolate labs, so whenever I meet someone who has dogs that they're obsessed with, like I am, or has chocolate labs or labs, that's immediately something we can connect on. Ask about their job. What do they do for a living? Ask about their hobbies. And as long as you're asking all of these questions, they're going to start to open up to you. And they'll usually ask you the same questions back. And so you can start, getting to know each other. During the same time, you're going to be sharing your Beachbody journey on Facebook, or on Instagram. you're going to be sharing, your workouts every day, why you're doing them, what they're doing for you, your Shakeology. That's what we talk about every day on our Facebook. And so this person that you're talking to is going to start seeing that. So these two things really tie together. So you sharing your journey on your page and then having this private conversation is really, really important because they're watching you. And if you're sharing that journey openly, usually they'll ask you about it. And then you don't even really have to invite, because they'll ask you, or they'll say, oh, I've been following your journey on your page, or I've been watching your workouts, you're doing awesome, or it looks like so much fun. And that is a perfect segue into, asking them about their health and fitness goals, if nutrition is a struggle for them, what they like to do in terms of health and fitness, and that gets you rolling onto or into the part of the conversation where you can think about inviting. Now, what I'm going to do in the comments of this video is I am going to give you 2 different guides to follow for inviting to a challenge group. And they are step-by-step guides. Literally, once someone says they're interested, you follow these guidelines and it gives you questions to ask so that you get to understand, what their goals are, what they're looking for, and you start thinking about, okay, what program could I match them up with that would be really beneficial for them? And it walks you through that whole process. So that is kind of the segue into inviting. So it all starts with that hey girl message, that really important message that's just a short and sweet message that you send to either introduce yourself to someone or reconnect with someone. Then you move into form, which is the relationship building process of the message. And then you move into the invite. And this can happen really quickly if you're talking to someone and the conversation moves really quickly, or it can take a while. It can take, a week or 2 weeks or a month, depending on how quickly you guys are getting back to each other. So don't feel like this process needs to be rushed. But if you are in the middle of a conversation with someone and they kind of fall off for a couple days, don't be scared to shoot them a message and ask them how their weekend was. If you haven't talked to them since like last week Wednesday and you sent them a message and they never responded, shoot them a message on Monday and say, hey, just wanted to see how your weekend was. And that usually reopens the lines of communication. So when you go about your conversations in that way, it's very natural. You're learning about someone. You're asking a lot of questions. You're always asking a lot of questions because that shows them that you are interested in them. You're interested in who they are as a person, in what they like and what their struggles might be, and you're really trying to get to know them. So it's really important to ask questions and to listen. Do not word vomit on anybody, which means writing long paragraphs about you or a challenge group or Shakeology or anything like that. No word vomiting, okay? So like I said, that will lead into the invite, and a big part of that is sharing your journey on Facebook as well, because they will watch you. I promise you. People are watching you. And so if you're sharing, they get intrigued and they want to know what you're doing, especially if you're talking about, why you're doing it, what it's giving you, if it's making you feel amazing, if you're getting results, if you have more energy, talking about those things is really, really important because it makes your private conversation so much easier, because then people already have been following you. They already kind of have an idea of what's going on in your life. So that is how we talk to people. Like I said, I'm going to upload, or I'm going to post in the comments the 2 documents on the process of talking to somebody about a challenge group, and hopefully that is really, really useful to you. These are the documents that I used when I first started coaching, and I literally went through them step by step by step, and that's how I talked to somebody about joining a challenge group. Or you can use these to talk to somebody about joining as a coach, but these are really don't use these for talking to someone about joining as a coach, because they're not for that. They are specifically for a challenge group. But I will, you know what I'll do? I'll upload the guide for talking to someone about coaching as well, the 5-step process. So I'll give you a little insight into that. So my mind is starting to go blank now. I hope that this was helpful. I want to know the names of the 5 people you sent a Hey Girl message to today, because as you know from our Power Hour video, on day 5, part of your Power Hour is sending a Hey Girl message or a Hey Guy message to 3 to 5 people every single day. So I want to know the names of the 5 people. We're doing 5 today, 5 people that you reached out to and sent a Hey Girl message to. And I can't wait to see your answers. Please comment below with any questions you guys might have about conversations and how to, talk to somebody. Hopefully this gave you a really good idea of where you can start. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.